A great change is sweeping this world. Who will you be when the lights go out? A total reset of the system requires 3 days of darkness. During the process, to stop what has been going on in the body, in the world, it's almost impossible. So to have a totally new experience in life, you have to stop everything and sit in the darkness. In recent times, many people across the world are feeling something massive about to happen, and they feel this in their solar plexus. On my journey, I actually went beyond 3 days, but maybe you're called to fast, and I implemented a watermelon cleanse. You know, we can take a situation like, our daily habits, the way that we eat, and we feel like we can never stop the cycle. This is one of the most important messages that you're going to find anywhere right now, because the systems of the world, which were corrupted, they have to come to an end. But where were they getting their life force energy from? From you. In our subconscious and the way that our nervous system is wired, it almost becomes impossible to get off the loop. This constant looping of your louche energy is coming to an end. And I've shared this with the community. If you're a person that is an empowered person, if you are taking ownership of your life, it comes from a different place when you're preemptive versus when it's just sprung on you. It comes from a different place, light warriors. Oh yeah. What's about to happen is a breaking of the cycle. We do this at an individual level, and then it ripples into the collective. And the main point of the 3 days of darkness is so that the nervous system can rewire. Many people in the world, they need to take 3 days of darkness in multiple facets of their life. It is different when you are preemptive versus when it happens abruptly. And this is what I share about God. You will get signs in life, and you could push against the issue, but you're making it harder on yourself. Carl Jung said that most humans out there, you have to understand the psychology of most people. And if you're able to listen to this podcast throughout and you're ready to implement the changes, you're not like most of society. But that's why most of society will struggle with the upcoming events. But Carl Jung said that people will do anything regardless of how absurd it is than actually deal with the issue, than actually face their soul, than actually look in the mirror. You might be a person, you've been on your spiritual awakening journey in a post-2020 world, and you shining your light, you're actually a mirror to a lot of these people. You might tend to trigger them. So the 3 days of darkness for people like us, and it has to happen this way because the all of society will collapse. So we've actually gone through these waves. Okay, some people are very familiar with the dark night of the soul. And we were able to go through it as a front runner. It's not easy, but we're actually able to assist our brothers and sisters with the upcoming events that are not going to affect you. So there's all different types of people that are tuned into this very important podcast today. We're live. I'm grateful if you hit the like button to push this forward out to the masses. Whether a person has done the work or maybe you're starting to wake up today, every person needs to be disconnected from the system. This is the main idea. Maybe save this podcast to your favorites today, because this is happening one way or the other. I know it's hard. One way or the other, we have to be disconnected from the system. There are people in the world. A lot of people talk about the internet going down for 3 days, right? The TV, all this. Well, just being preemptive, a lot of people need to take a little social media fast. What I share here is just everyday life stuff that people need to work with. Not that we need to sit in a box, not that we have to go run off into the wilderness, and just not talk to anyone. Some people go a little bit too far out of range. But what we have to do is stop, break the cycle, and then get reintroduced to the collective, to society. You know, when I go out on social media and I'm making sure that when I'm posting content all day long, both on here and on Facebook, I'm making sure, right, that I'm putting out content, the content of character that is going to improve the lives of others and not waste their time. There are too many people in this world that are concerned with drama. There are too many people in this world that they just sit there and instead of actually living their everyday life, they're watching other people on social media and concerned. Oh, she's got this and he's got and you're doing a loop. We have to break the cycle. 3 days of darkness does it all the time. The darkness is important. Many people get afraid of the dark. Carl Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. It's the answer. It's not about a perfect journey. There are people in the world, they pretend to be spiritual gurus. Everything's a unicorn and rainbow. Just eat a vegetable, right? All that stuff. But the truthful journey, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Sometimes we have to sit into the dark. Sometimes we have to embrace the shadows. And when you sit in the dark and you become conscious in the dark, then you will see the bigger picture. Then you will see what has been going on in this world for many years. And then you're going to see where your life force energy, some people refer to it as loosh, has actually been going to. Anastasia, thank you so much for the super chat. Groovy shirt. I appreciate that. You like my shirt today? The darkness is your friend. Thanks. I appreciate that, Anastasia. And thank you for whoever sent the super chat earlier. I'm so grateful for the support. I love you guys. We have to live our life with balance. You know, people that spiritually bypass, people that, they don't realize the importance of being authentic in life. You could sit there and imagine figures of light. You could say, oh, this person's going to float in the heavens and save me. Oh, this person over here, any one of these people outside of myself can save me. No. Wrong. All roads, all the time. Never going to go away, light warriors. I'll be here 10 years from now. I'm still going to say the same thing because these are the immutable truths of the universe. And all roads lead to I am. When you go into the darkness, when God throws you into the wilderness and you have nothing and God will pull back all the help and just say, figure it out, you will realize when it gets very intense that all roads in the end will lead to I am. Because the greatest privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truthfully are. And you don't know who you truthfully are because you have the static all day long of social media. You have the static all day long of fake mainstream media designed to pull you out of the now moment. Did you know this? There is only the now moment. But people are, thrown into the past with trauma. Anxiety is in the future, and they're never in the now. You could turn off the TV. You could turn on Our Everyday Lives. You could click subscribe right now because we are moving forward with this society. Will 379, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. So you have to be in the now. When you think of all the things that are going on in the world, again, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just people need to learn. People need to learn how to manage their everyday life. That's what we do on this channel. Found a great one today. If you just stumbled on. No, we have to be focused on our everyday life experience. And you have to become flexible. You have to become the water. You must become the water. And you must become the water now. You don't have to do anything. You could totally ignore. You could ignore me. Go about your life. I recently did a video. Got a lot of traction. How can you possibly survive what's coming still living that fake modern life? Because your nervous system will break, will crack if you do not let go, if you do not become the water. Lao Tzu said, whatever is rigid and hard is dead. It will eventually snap or break, become the water. You see, many people that have been watching me here for several years, I'm very flexible. I'm like the water. I am that I am. I don't have to fit in a box. I don't have to fit in with those fake people over there, right? I don't have to fit in with those fake people over there, and I don't have to fit in with those fake people over there. No, all I have to be is me. Lao Tzu said, become the water. And it is a struggle to do this in this world that is going through great changes, where everything tries to fit you into an algorithm or fit in with this clique or cult or whatever it is, right? Fit in with this label, fit in with this identity. If you understand the quantum, okay, if you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss ascension, psychology, and quantum shifting. I make these very deep lessons relevant for everyday life people. That's me and you, right? No, the quantum. Yeah. Oh, you didn't realize? Oh, there's little blips of energy out there. They're called pendulums. And when you understand pendulums, you understand the way that the matrix works, right? Because all those people, they're not going with their soul, A lot of people are waking up to NPCs in society. That's not a soul. They're just regurgitating and latching on to the pendulum that's floating out there. This thought, this groupthink, and the pendulum. And as I share for people that watch on a daily basis here, pendulums are not always a bad thing. They're just it's part of the world, right? So maybe you enjoy sports and you go out in the world and a sports team, and everyone that's rooting for a sports team, it becomes a pendulum swinging back and forth in society. I am nobody, I am. Thank you so much for the super chat. We love you from Buenos Vistas Nursing Home. I am so grateful. Hello, everyone there. I'm so grateful for you guys tuning in. I appreciate you. Love you. So you have to become flexible. And a lot of this has to deal with our ego and the wiring of the nervous system. Because in that old system, that's going bye-bye. The old system's going bye-bye. So if you do not dislodge, if you do not disconnect, it's going to be a difficult time. You know, yesterday we had a very powerful podcast, and we were critiquing the massive events of the past week. Massive energies tracked in the Schumann resonance. And we had a big revelation, right? We had a big revelation that everyone saw on the TV. And it's getting people to wake up. And then those that are awakened, you are looking at the behavior of people that refuse to let go, even if the truth is right in front of your face. So, and again, people don't want to, for the most part in society, they don't want to deal with their facing of the soul. They don't want to deal with looking in the mirror. And Carl Jung said, you will see them do the absolute most absurd thing than actually dealing with a lot of modern women in the world. They don't like to take responsibility, right? A lot of people know this, right? No, it's time for the divine feminine to rise, right? Yeah. It's time for the divine masculine to rise, right? True leaders, not little weasels on the TV that refuse. These people were supposed to help the world, the people of the world. However, they refuse to answer questions. A little beta boy, right? 111 times. You ever see that clown? 111 times. And 111 is opening the gates to the new leaders of the new earth as we watch the false idols implode live on the TV. TV? I saw it on TV. It's got to be real. Nah, it's 111. It's opened the gates. It's opened the gates to the new beginning for the new leaders to step up. If this is resonating with you at a deep level, smash into the like button. Push this message out, because the 3 days of darkness is coming with you or without you. Some people get nervous because they don't want to deal with these things. And I'm here to tell everyone, many people that are tuned into this right now, you've already gone through your 3 days of darkness. Everything in life, okay, this is actually a biblical term. And this has to deal with fasting, autophagy, resetting the nervous system, neuroplasticity, things that are firing and wiring together. It takes, ready? It takes a sustained period of time. A sustained period of time of silence. A sustained period of time of reflection. A sustained period of time of detoxification. To finally get these subconscious things running in the background. This loop that absolutely does not stop. It takes that 3 days of darkness. It takes that 3 days of absence. It takes that 3 days in the void. And when you sit in the void, you're going to have to deal with yourself. We all do. Or you will face yourself. It's 1 versus 1. It's one of my popular YouTube shorts. Check out my YouTube shorts. There's only one person you need to be concerned with. You're not in competition with anyone else. You are only focused on the previous version of yourself. If you are going to evolve, if you are going to ascend, and now we're looking at the collective, and people are saying, oh, we want the new earth, we want the new systems, we want all these things, but they will never come until you do the inner work. And those that have done the inner work, we've already gone through it, these things do not affect you anymore. It's difficult, especially when, so we're actually making it easier for the next waves of volunteers. That's kind of what we all are. And, you know, on my journey, I've been through things, and now I could come back and I could make your journey a little bit easier. And that's actually all we can do, because you have to do it yourself, as I had to do things myself. And these things are specific to you. And I need everyone to understand this. Talking about the thing, wishing about the thing, putting the thing on a vision board, okay? Watching other people do the thing is not completing the thing. The only thing that does anything is actually doing the thing. Whatever it is for you. There are people you're going to avoid the elephant in the room. You understand what I'm saying right now? Whatever it is. You'll do anything else. People will do anything else, then address it, right? One of the things that I share with the people, right? And you're going to have a calling. And sometimes the pressure you're going to be feeling inside. My journey when it comes to fasting, intermittent fasting, detox, cleanse, there are things in the life. There is nothing can undo it except for you going through the thing, whatever the thing might be. Maybe you are a person, you're not addicted to social media drama. There are people in this world, there's all different types of people that tune into this podcast. It's Our Everyday Lives. There are people that are addicted to obsessing over other people on social media. It's not something I've ever done, but this is a thing that maybe you need to stop obsessing over everyone else on social media and not facing your own life. 3 days of darkness, kid. Snap out of it. Sometimes the Archangel Michael has to snap you out of it. 3 days of darkness, kid. You got to get off this. So don't make me come to your house and snap your phone in half. Do you understand me? Okay? You got to get off the phone. Okay. Heavenly Sunlight, thank you so much for the super chat. Disconnecting to reconnect. Love y'all. I appreciate you. Anastasia, me again, you make my journey easier. That's my honor. And that's what we do here. There's no one's going to save you. No one's going to ascend for you. No one's going to evolve for you. No one's going to fast for you. No one's going to do anything for you except for you. Except for you. And sometimes in life, we have to take 3 days of darkness. Sometimes we have to do a 3-day detox cleanse, which is not only just doing the watermelon as I shared, but maybe it's don't look at social media for 3 days. Which means cancel your cable bill because you can't get off CNN. It's an addiction. And it goes beyond that because it's the wiring of our nervous system. And it is the programming of your reticular activating system, or RAS. The answer is in your brain. Your reticular activating system is designed now, it's programmed now to look for threats. Your reticular activating system, ladies and gentlemen, you're out there on CNN, they put all this stuff. We were talking with the community. There was this drama weatherman on CNN, and he said, they should make it a category 6. Oh my God, it's the scariest thing. And then there was like a local weather guy in Tampa Bay, and he said, I think it's only going to be a category 2. And he's just a local guy, right? Do you remember that? Some people in the community, remember, oh my God, the drama. That's the loosh, and people will get tricked, to making either reality worse than what it is, or you could make reality better than what it is. And this is known as the placebo effect and the nocebo effect. When you get 3 days of darkness, you put an end to the nocebo effect. We're talking about the real science, the real stuff. And we're disconnected from a system with false idols that refuse to answer questions 111 times. As we stated yesterday, there is a Holy Spirit fire that is riveting through our community, the communities of the world, and the everyday life people of the world. and we're sick and tired of all this crap. And now we're going to put an end to it all. And how do we put an end to it all? Is there a major thing that we have to do? What do we have to do, Uncle Mike? Can someone in the world right now come on YouTube and put a video out with the answer? The answer is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a hard thing. Stop paying attention to it all. Pull it all back. Opt out today. I hope everyone writes it in the comment section. I opt out today. Opt out of that modern life. Opt out of watching the TV. Opt out today. It's the answer. That's it. Stop paying attention to it, because attention is the currency of the universe. That's why you have to pay your attention. And some people are paying it through the nose right now. You're sitting there, you're paying attention. You gotta break free. It's like breaking an addiction. It's breaking a loop. In 72 hours, 3 days of darkness is the answer. It's the answer. Poppy loves you. I love you, Poppy. I'm giving everyone a virtual hug. We have virtual hugs going out to the universe here. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. We good? All right. So, and Celestial Gatekeeper, it is game over. Thank you, Celestial Gatekeeper. And so you will have to become flexible at this time. If you are new, you could go back and review a lot of the videos that I've been posting about recent times. I had to be very flexible with how I approached my fasting, my detox in the current energies. And if you are new to this, there has been so much that has been going on. It's affecting the way that people are feeling in their own body, so on and so forth. I made a short 17-minute video. That video will be at the pinned comment. It'll pop up at the end here. It condenses everything because there is so much going on. And the bodily changes, I do understand that there are people in the world, and some might tune into this and say, what is this guy talking about? Base energy center. What is he talking about? The solar plexus and the sacral and the roots, and how the system of the world, there's energetic cords that are in your stomach. Break free of it. So if it seems interesting to you, I know we're trying to reach people that are finally breaking free, finally getting out of the matrix. Are you getting out of the matrix? You get out of the matrix, 3 days of darkness. All right. So you could check those videos out. You have to understand the importance of the solar plexus to get out of that loop, to get out of that system. You have to understand that anxiety. Did you have anxiety? A lot of people dealt with this in 2020 because of people that did wrong things. Will they ever be held accountable? They went out on a TV and they put all the fear in the people of the world, and there are millions of people around the world that their solar plexus, see, other people won't talk about it. I'll talk about it. Their solar plexus. They had anxiety in their solar plexus. That was damage to the solar plexus. Those people that were on the TV in 2020 and 2021, someone's got to share this video today. Someone's got to show the world that there are other things that people did not address. I will address the mental health of the people of the world. I will address the solar plexus, the anxiety, the fear of the future that was stored in the base energy center, mostly in the solar plexus, in the liver. What's in the liver? You hold the anger, okay? Anger. A lot of people, they had a lot of anger. All these people on the TV forcing you to do things against your will. Seeing our brothers and sisters drop like flies over the past. This is trauma. There's a lot of people in the world. You're an empath. You have trauma. We don't want to see our brothers and sisters drop like flies. We don't want to see this. And you're watching it. I've shared this in a previous podcast. It is like watching a train wreck in slow motion. It is and if you are a person that feels deeply, we are called empaths. We're really like big balls of love, but we had to strap on the full armor of God for the past few years. We had to strap on the full armor of God, and we're watching our brothers. It's like watching them like a train wreck. Do you resonate with what I just said? That's trauma. That's hard. If you feel for people and you love people and you're watching these people, their lives being destroyed, and if you're a professional at the 3 days of darkness, you have to pull back from mainstream. I've pulled back from mainstream society. I make peace my top priority. I answer to God, and I do not answer to anyone else but God and the person that I look back at in the mirror. That's me. That's me. I am accountable for my life. When I'm putting stuff out into the world, you see this head? I teach people how to manifest correctly. And there is a window of time when that head hits the pillow at night, and you're going to sit in that brain. I don't care who you are in the world. There's that window of night. If you want to change your life, and this happens day after day after day, and then it becomes consistency, and then it becomes your long-term frequency. Every night when that head, not one time, it's every night. It's night after night. It's time after time, time after time. A lot of people want to do the quick fixes in life. No. And even, when you really think about it, and I've been through a lot on my journey. If you're new, you click subscribe, check out the videos. We have tremendous playlists, all nice and organized for you. Even 3 days is actually, it's nothing for me. But I'm here to tell the world that some people don't understand, and I'm a real one. I had to go through things I didn't want to go through. I didn't want to go through these things. I don't want to go through them. It's not easy. But then you're given a choice. You're given a choice. You want better for your life? You have this opportunity. And there's a filthy four-letter word, filthy four-letter word that you're gonna have to push against. It's the only way. You have to embrace the filthy four-letter F word. Fear. And until you push through fear, it is the guard dog. It is the guard dog. Everything in my life, who did I have? Fear. It was there waiting for me. And God has a plan. And we had to go on Desperado's plunge. Yeah. Check out my video, Desperado's. The past couple of years, you said, what are we doing, God? I would not be here today if God didn't put me on Desperado's plunge. Here we go. We're going on the ride, right? And that's the answer. All the time. All the time. Doesn't change. Why? Because your nervous system is wired, and anything but this existence on this timeline of that this nervous system is wired to, which is the frequency, is danger, fear. This is what's going on in your body, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you need the 3 days of darkness. You got to stop. You got to stop, ladies and gentlemen. Because your nervous system goes danger. Oh, what? There's $1 million over there. Oh, it's all the wealth. No, your nervous system goes danger. No, you have to be struggling, and you have to have all your human monies siphoned away by all these corrupted taxes. Did you see what was going on out there? Did anyone see? Can anyone click the like button? Can anyone share what's going? No, we have to break free. We're freedom now. right? So your nervous system wants to keep doing the loop, keep going on that. And even though it's all the wealth, it's all this stuff over here, all the freedom, your nervous system is going to go danger. You went out in the world, right? And you see all these weak and worthless modern women. You see all these weak and worthless beta males. How you doing, beta boys? They're the biggest disgrace in this world. Never forget this. Never forget this, brothers. My divine masculine leaders, my kings, my lions. Weak men create tough times. Tough times create the divine masculine. We rise. We rise. We rise. And this is where, during this process, you have to have balance. You have to be focused and driven while you let go and be the water. So that's why balance is key at this time. I look at my life, and we had to go to battle. We had to put peace as our top priority, but everything is the loop. And when you see the weakness of the weak men, especially in the United States, this is why the country is in the situation that it's in. And now, a group of people, we all have to pick something up that we have skills, right? So as I keep teaching, right, I use my teacher skills to teach the world, right? There's other people that are utilizing their skills, right? And we have to rebuild everything. Because when we look on the TV and those false idols and all these people, and now the light is shining. This is the hermetic principle of rhythm. And now all that stuff that was, now the big lights there. And they refuse to answer questions for the people. What's going on? 111 times. You have to reflect on the gates that are opening for your leadership position right now. Right now. I look at social media and I see people are portrayed a life and they create an illusion. I've even seen, documentaries on, there's these fake influencers that they pay to go on a set to make them look like they're going on a plane, and it was just an illusion. And then there's the everyday life people sitting on social media looking on this. Don't look at that Instagram crap. And then you feel alone, sorry. It wasn't even real. They just do. A lot of people are not, putting stuff out there to educate, to improve. It's just for clicks. It's just loosh. It's your attention. It's your attention. What are you paying attention to? And what we have to get to is when we sit in the 3 days of darkness, we are paying attention on who we actually are. Who we actually are. And some people don't want to look in that mirror because they don't like it. They don't like what's looking back at them. But the 3 days of darkness is going to get it right. We are going to get it right with those 3 days of darkness, baby. Because all your senses, everything is shot right now. Your nervous system is shot. If you did not let go, if you are sitting there watching the mainstream and every 2 minutes there's the gong, bong, breaking news. You see the red thing, boom, dong, bong. That's your nervous, and you can't get off the TV because right at any moment guess what? It's never going to happen, kid. Your life is what you make of it. You got to let it go. You got to let, and we all go through this process. We all go through the process. But the 3 days of darkness is going to seal the deal for you. Because if you don't thoroughly let go, you will go back to the previous version of yourself. You see, we are going through ascension. The whole world right now is right there waiting for you. You must put an end to your old self. I'm telling you, light warriors, because if there's one drop that's out there and you're not, okay, I did this for, half a day. I did this, okay, for an hour. I did this. I did it. No. Because you will immediately go right back there. You will immediately go back to worshiping false idols on the TV. You will immediately go back to scrolling and the drama. Here's the drama. You're going to go back and constantly compare your life to other people's life. Sometimes we have to go about our life. I try to lead with integrity and show people, right? Come on, I'm on social media, I'm over here, but then I get TF off and then I go live my life. Then I'm training, I'm pumping and pounding in the gym, right? I'm communing with God out in nature. I walk like Jesus Christ, barefoot in nature. Hour a day. You spend an hour training, you spend an hour meditating with God. This is the path. This is the path of the warrior. You ever watch my motivational speech, Path of the Warrior? This is what needs to be done. Unapologetic, because the weak-minded people in the world, when you're furthering yourself, when you are disconnecting from the matrix, they are going to complain. You must push through that. You must keep going. It says it right there. Keep going every day. Greatest thing that we could focus on. It's the greatest thing. Because it is the becoming. There was a time in my life that, and this was extended, and this is why you go through shifts on your spiritual awakening journey. And I could share from firsthand experience. Don't say, this is me forever. This is a shift, and then you're going to go back to your regular self. Some people get lost in the sauce of spirituality. You're picking up what I'm putting down. They get lost in a lot of lost souls out there. Okay? So there was a time period where I didn't know my next step, and my everyday life is important. And, this process was my big move. And I couldn't listen, all of it, like it happened, and I couldn't listen to anyone talk. You go out, you tune into, you listen to this I listen to just solfeggio frequencies. We got a few of them on the channel page, 528 hertz, right? 432. That's all for days. For like close to 2 weeks it was. Until because I got to the place, I got to the end of there was something had to give to get me to go on to the next timeline. And you can't do this in the chatter, right? So I didn't do the full-blown darkness retreat, okay? Some people, they go into total darkness. I listened to no one, nothing. So there are time periods where you have to start focusing on your everyday life, not being concerned with anything else that's out there. And then from that, whatever came, and then we kept moving. And we keep moving on forward. It's not an easy experience to go through. None of the things that I have gone through, and I could sit here with my internal authority, right? I told you, God wants you to walk and talk. Step up to the mic, kid. I got the mic right there. Got the mic right there. Step up to the mic. You walk and you talk from your internal authority that you've actually done, It is not easy to go on a fast of not listening to anyone talk. It is not easy to physically go on a fast of food and transitioning into just watermelon. Okay, check out the videos if you feel like you got to any one of these things. It is not easy to go on long-term semen retention. Gentlemen, it's not easy to do any, and every single one of these things, every system of the body, every last drop. You're on this channel, you want to learn, you click subscribe today. 3 days of darkness is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. And none of these things are for a lifetime, but to our ego, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I can't. 3 days of darkness. And we learn the truth here. And we move forward with balance. We must be like we don't be rigid with those things either. None of those things. That doesn't mean you never eat food again. Doesn't mean you never talk to anyone again. Doesn't mean you don't have relations with anyone again, right? Be the water, Lao Tzu. You have to be flexible in your everyday life. And you must embrace the darkness. I hope everyone writes, I embrace the darkness. Because it is dark. It's not easy. What's your prediction? Pain. So every person in the world will choose their pain. The pain of regret or the pain of discipline. 3 days of darkness is your way out. And so it is. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope this message inspires you because we're all going through it. Leave a comment down below. What are you experiencing maybe in your body? Are you called to take 3 days of darkness in any one of these aspects of life? Do you understand the systems of the world are about to change? You feel it in your body. You feel it in your solar plexus. So I love you all, and stay focused. And we have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Check out the related videos. It's really going to help you because there are so many people that are feeling it, and there are so many things that are happening in the body, in the micro and the macro, as we're seeing the earthquakes and volcanoes erupt around the world. In our own body, we're feeling the earthquakes, the shaking, and the eruptions that are coming up. All of that, what has been buried within us, must come up right now. This is a powerful video. I'm so grateful for anyone that shares it out. Share it out to the world. And it's time to embrace and become who you truthfully are. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys very much. I'm grateful for you being here. Keep going, kid.